thought I'd check out the inside of this little cabin here. Some item on the table there. Didn't take it just yet, but I did check out this book. And it's the old man's diary, so this is where the old man stays in his cabin here. So, I knew that already before I got here, obviously, but no. You know, I thought, well, for now, I'll just leave all his stuff there, because I don't need to, rob him. I've already taken enough of his stuff, but, eventually we'll revisit here again, so. So here it's talking about a dish that you can make. I didn't end up doing it because it requires a fish, but still it's a recipe that you can do if you want to go that route. There's other ways. So if you do cook that recipe for him, he will give you the warm doublet, which you can get. There's actually 2 ways to get it that I know of on the plateau. And one of them is by cooking him the dish. There's a big old bird over there. Happened to spot, so I thought, oh, I'll check it out. It's like a pigeon or something. It's probably not, but. And then there's the old man. That's a bit of information I actually didn't know, like, the first time. I didn't realize he even had a bed in there, because it's tucked away in the corner. But also it's important to note the information that, if you get a good night's sleep in an actual bed, then it restores your hearts and everything, versus a fireside, just sleeping by the fireside doesn't do that. So I didn't actually know that it didn't do that. So, but here we are, we slept till morning, so now it's morning out. It's a cloudy morning though. As you can see down there on the weather indicator. And here we have another apple tree. Very good resources. You would think that in time with more practice, my apple tree climbing and apple grabbing skills would improve, but unfortunately the opposite happens, and this one gives me the most trouble yet out of any of the ones that we've had. But so you can see over there that the old man is chopping that tree down using his axe, and you'll remember back to the earlier parts, I think it was part 2, possibly part 3, where I got that other axe that we found in that stump. And here I've been carrying it around the rest of the time, and here we'll actually be putting it to use. Though I did debate whether or not to even do it at all. Because trees are living things too. But he's already hacking away at this one, so I thought, well, even if I didn't, he'll probably chop this one down eventually, so. But just for demonstration purposes, and for another good reason that I've partially forgot about, I went ahead and helped him out here and chopped this one down. So Link just swings it like you normally would with, any weapon, and it chops the tree, and it falls in the, direction away from where he's facing, so. And I just hit it one more time here just to demonstrate that you can get a bundle of wood by doing that. Whenever you fell a tree or find a log or whatever, you can hit it one more time with the axe and it'll turn into a wood bundle. But on the ground next to the stump there, you'll see something fell, and this is actually something we're going to make a lot of use of. It's the Korok leaf, and this is the weapon of choice, the one weapon I'll actually be using in this playthrough. It's the weakest weapon in the game. It does exactly 1 damage, which should be insignificant for just about everything, but more importantly, it has this cool effect when you swing it. We'll see here in just a second. I decided to drop the axe because I thought, I don't really want to go around chopping a bunch of trees if I don't have to, so we'll just drop it. I may need one later again, but for now, I left it. So here when you swing the Korok leaf, see it makes these cool gusts of wind. And what those will do, for one thing, if you can get to an apple tree that's low enough, it'll knock the apples off of it for you, so that's handy and convenient. But another thing that it'll do is if you have, any monsters or anything that's around you, and you swing that, it'll push them away from you. It'll push them back and give you a chance to move around and away from them. So it's going to be very useful. And it'll be the weapon that I carry around, because it's hardly even a weapon, really. The game considers it one, but it's a giant leaf. So here he's telling us about cooking. We already experimented a little bit with that in the last part. But I thought, well, I did get those apples, so I might as well cook them while we're here by the cooking pot, because again, you don't find the cooking pots very frequently, so it's a good idea to make use of them while you have them. So 3 apples would normally restore 1.5 hearts, but when you cook them, you get simmered fruit, and that turns into 3 hearts that you restore. So almost always worth your while to try and cook stuff instead of just eating the raw materials. So now that we have our Korok leaf weapon and our pot lid shield, we're all good to go. Now it's time to make our way to the next shrine, which, if you remember, was up on that cliff. This is a very deep ravine, and you cannot go down there. But I'm going to try to sneak by this Korok camp here, or not Korok, sorry, the Bokoblin camp. And if I can do it quickly enough without alerting them, then maybe we can climb our way across the cliff there and reach the far platform that you can see right there. So they actually did notice Link here, but he gets on the cliff quickly enough to where they don't really start attacking or anything, thankfully. But you can tell they were alerted because the music kicked in, and that's usually a sign like, okay, time for battle. They threw something, but they missed. I don't know if it was an arrow or a rock or what, but so here I'm just trying to make my way over. That was a bit risky to jump there. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to have enough stamina to make it over there. It's getting close. Oh no. Ooh, barely. So if you use the last little bit of stamina to jump, you can get a little further. And that's like so barely. I couldn't have cut it any closer than that, really. But we made it. Here I'm practicing swinging the Korok leaf because I thought there was a way you could aim it upwards, but if there was, I wasn't able to find it, so I think it may just go straight in front of Link and not be able to aim upwards, but I could be wrong about that.